For today's lesson, we have a lot of vocabulary to go through very quickly. Please open your white note packet to page 27. Again, your white note packet to page 27. The first word we're going to talk about today is rectangular array on page 27. A rectangular array is what you dealt with all day yesterday. They are objects arranged in rows and columns, filling a rectangular shape. Arranged is the word you're putting on the line. Below is the rectangular array for 3 by 5. Remainder. A remainder is the amount left over when the divisor does not divide evenly into the dividend. A remainder is what is left over. Turning to page 28 in your note packet. Composite number, a number with 2 or more factors. 6 is a composite number because you can make the rectangular arrays 1 by 6 and 2 by 3. Composite number has 2 or more factors. Prime number, a positive integer with exactly 2 factors. 17 is a prime number. Odd number, an integer that cannot be divided evenly by 2. An odd number cannot be divided by 2. An even number, a whole number that is divisible by 2. We have moved on to page 29 in your notes. Even number is divisible by 2 with no remainder. Counter example. An example showing that a statement has at least one exception. A counter example is it has one exception. Rectangular prism, a prism with a base that is a rectangle. A rectangular prism is a prism with a base that is a rectangle. Moving on to page 30 in your notes. Natural numbers, the counting numbers beginning with 1. Natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Natural numbers begin with 1. Counting numbers. The counting numbers begin with 1. Whole numbers. Whole numbers are natural numbers and 0. Whole numbers include 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. Factor. Turning to page 31 in your notes. Factor in arithmetic, when 2 or more integers are multiplied, each of the integers is a factor. Now that we are done with vocabulary, make sure you first of all have all that vocabulary. If you need to back up the video and get any of them that you missed, please do so now. Then, open up your notes to page 17 for the notes for the day. Flip your white packet to page 17. Our essential question today is, how can I use a multiplication table to understand factors, factor pairs, and find prime factors? Fill out the essential question. Today, we are going to continue our discussion from yesterday. In order to complete this lesson, please find the multiplication table that's at your table. It is a half sheet of paper. Put the multiplication table in front of you so you can use it if needed for this lesson. Let's look at the first question. It says, list all of the factor pairs for 24. What does each factor pair tell you about the possible rectangular arrays for 24? Factors means we need to find all the different ways to get to 24. Always remember the easiest one that a lot of people forget about. Start with the number 1. 1 times 24 is 24. And we're going to go right down the list. 2. If you follow 2 on your multiplication table, you will notice 2 times 12 is 24. Next, 3. If you look at the 3's in your multiplication table, you will notice that 3 times 8 is 24. 4 would come next. Notice how we're just listing the numbers as we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 on our multiplication table, if you follow it over, you will notice that 4 times 6 is 24. After 4 would come 5. If you follow 5 over on your multiplication table, you will not find 24, so we are going to cross it out like this. 6 is after 5. This is how you know you're done. Whenever you have a number that repeats, because we already have 6 listed, we are automatically done finding the factors. We have found all of them. This tells me that the number 24 has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rectangular arrays. And 4 factor, we need to make a change. It's okay, there's a mistake. 4 factor pairs. Please make the change in your notes. 4 rectangular arrays means there are 4 factor pairs. In order to draw the rectangular arrays, we do not need to worry about tiles this time around. We are going to simply draw one rectangle and say it's 1 by 24. Please do not make 24 squares. We can also make 2 by 12, 3 by 8, and 4 by 6. There are our 4 rectangular arrays. The number 24 is going to be composite, not prime. It is going to be composite, because there, or because it has more than one factor pair, or it has more than one rectangular array. Let's look at the next number, the number 13. The number 13, we talked about it yesterday. The number 13, the only way to get to the number 13 is 1 times 13. There is no other factor pairs. It tells me that the number 13 has 1 rectangular array and 1, again we need to make the change, factor pair. Because of this means we can only make 1 rectangle, 1 by 13. Now remember, 1 by 13 going horizontal is the exact same thing as 1 by 13 going vertical. These are not different. It is just turned around. So there is only 1 rectangular array. Because there is 1, it is prime. It is prime because it only has 1 factor pair. Go ahead and turn your notes to page 18. On page 18, here's your set of directions. Listen carefully. In a second, you are going to pause the video. You are going to try the problems on this page. Once they are completed, hit play and make sure they are correct. Pause the video now and complete the 3 problems. Let's take a look at your work. The factors of 6 always start with 1. 1 times 6, 2 times 3. After 2 comes 3, however we already have it, so therefore you automatically know you're done. The rectangular arrays would be 1 by 6. Again, 1 by 6 going horizontal is the same as 1 by 6 going vertical. You can have it either way, but not both. And also 2 by 3. The number 6 is composite. It is composite because it has 2 factor pairs. There are 2 ways you can come up with the number 6. The number 17 is 1 times 17. That's the only way to get to that number. So its rectangular array is going to be 1 by 17 because that's the only way it is prime. It is prime because it has only 1 factor pair. And then finally 45. 1 times 45. Do not forget about the 1. 2 does not work. 3 actually works, and if you didn't know, you can always do a division problem. 45 divided by 3 on your calculator and check it out. It's a whole number. It's 15. So 3 times 15 will get you to 45. 4 does not work. 5 is going to be 5 times 9. 6 will not work. 7, 8, and then you're back to 9. So that's how you know you're done. There are 3 different rectangular arrays for 45. 1 by 45, 3 by 15, and 5 by 9. Because of this, 45 is a composite number. It is a composite number because it has more than 1 factor pair. At this time, please make sure you have 100% completed your notes, and what was written on the video is also in your notes. Then you may close your note packet and start your homework.